we are going to continue with Wonder by R.J. Palacio. I'm going to read a few more chapters. Again, this is from the boyfriend, Justin's point of view. The next chapters are called Our Town, Ladybug, and The Bus Stop. Okay. We're doing the play Our Town for the spring show this year. Olivia dares me to try out for the lead role, the stage manager, and somehow I get it. Total fluke. Never got any lead roles in anything before. I tell Olivia she brings me good luck. Unfortunately, she doesn't get the female lead, Emily Gibbs, the pink-haired girl named Emily Gibbs. Okay, the pink-haired girl named Miranda gets it. Olivia gets a bit part, and also the Emily understudy. I'm actually more disappointed than Olivia is. She almost seems relieved. I don't love people staring at me, she says, which is sort of strange coming from a pretty girl. A part of me thinks maybe she blew her audition on purpose. The spring show is at the end of April. It's mid-March now, so that's less than 3 weeks to memorize my part, plus rehearsal time, plus practicing with my band, plus finals, plus spending time with Olivia. It's going to be a rough 6 weeks, that's for sure. Mr. Davenport, the drama teacher, is already manic about the whole thing. Will drive us crazy by the time it's over, no doubt. I heard through the grapevine that he's planning on doing The Elephant Man, but changed it to Our Town at the last minute. And that change took over a week off of our rehearsal schedule. Not looking forward to the craziness of the next month and a half. Ladybug. Olivia and I are sitting on her front stoop. She's helping me with my lines. It's a warm March evening, almost like summer. The sky is still bright cayenne, but the sun is low and the sidewalks are streaked with long shadows. I'm reciting, yes, the sun's come up over 1,000 times. Summers and winters have cracked the mountains a little bit more than the rains have brought down some of the dirt. Some babies that weren't even born before have begun talking regular sentences already, and a number of people who thought they were right young and spry have noticed that they can't bound up a flight of stairs like they used to without their heart fluttering a little. I shake my head and can't remember the rest. All of that can happen in 1,000 days. Olivia prompts me, reading from the script. Right. I say, shaking my head. I sigh. I'm wiped. Olivia, how the heck am I going to remember all the lines? You will, she answers confidently. She reaches out and cups her hands over a ladybug that appears out of nowhere. See? A good luck sign, she said, slowly lifting her hand to reveal the ladybug walking on the palm of her other hand. Good luck, or just the hot weather, I joke. Of course, good luck, she answers, watching the ladybug crawl up her wrist. There should be a thing about making a wish on a ladybug. Augie and I used to do that with fireflies when we were little. She cups her hand over the ladybug again. Come on, make a wish. Close your eyes. I dutifully close my eyes. A long second passes, then I open them. Did you make a wish, she asks. Yep. She smiles and cups her hands, and the ladybug, as if on cue, spreads its wings and flies away, flits away. Don't you know what I wished for? I ask, kissing her. No, she answers shyly, looking up at the sky, which at this very moment is the exact color of her eyes. I made a wish too, she said mysteriously, but she has so many things she could wish for, I have no idea what she's thinking. Stop. Olivia's mom, Augie, Jack, and Daisy come down the stoop just as I'm saying goodbye to Olivia, slightly awkward since we are in the middle of a nice long kiss. Hey guys, says the mom, pretending not to see anything, but the two boys are giggling. Hi, Miss Pullman. Please call me Isabel, Justin, she says. Again, it's like the third time she's told me this, so I really need to start calling her that. I'm heading home, I say, as if to explain. Oh, are you heading to the subway? She says, following the dog with a newspaper. Can you walk Jack to the bus stop? No problem. Is that okay with you, Jack? The mom asks him. He shrugs. Justin, can you stay with him until the bus comes? Of course. We all say our goodbyes. Olivia winks at me. You don't have to stay with me, says Jack as we're walking up the block. I hate taking the bus by myself all the time. Augie's mom is way too overprotective. He's got a low, gravelly voice, like a little tough guy. He kind of looks like one of those little rascal in old black and white movies. Like he should be wearing a newsboy cap and knickers. We get to the bus stop and the schedule says the bus will be here in 8 minutes. I can wait with you, I tell him. Up to you, he shrugs. Can I borrow $1? I want some gum. I fish out $1 of my pocket and watch him cross the street to the grocery store on the corner. He seems too small to be walking around by himself. Somehow then I think how I was that young when I was taking the subway by myself. Way too young. I'm going to be an overprotective dad someday. I know it. My kids are going to know I care. I'm waiting there a minute or two when I notice 3 kids walking up the block from the other direction. They walk right past the grocery store, but one of them looks inside and nudges the other 2, and they all back up and look inside. I can tell they're up to no good. All elbowing each other, laughing. One of them is Jack's heights, but the other 2 look much bigger. More like teens. They hide behind the fruit stand in front of the store. When Jack walks out, they trail behind him, making loud throw-up noises. Jack casually turns around at the corner to see who they are, and they run away, high-fiving each other, laughing little jerks. Jack crosses the street like nothing happens and stands next to me at the bus stop, blowing a bubble. Friends of yours? I finally say. Ha, he says. He's trying to smile, but I can see he's upset. Some jerks from my school, he said. A kid named Julian and his 2 gorillas, Henry and Miles. Do they bother you like that a lot? No, they've never done that before. They'd never do that at school or they'd get kicked out. Julian doesn't even live around here, so I guess it was just bad luck running into him. Okay, I nod. It's not a big deal, he assures me. We both automatically look down Amesfort Avenue to see if the bus is coming. We're sort of in a war, he says after a minute, as if that explains everything, and he pulls out a crumpled piece of loose-leaf paper from his jean pocket and gives it to me. I unfold it, and it's a list of names in 3 columns. He's turned the whole grade against me, says Jack. Not the whole grade, I point out, looking down at the list. He leaves me notes in my locker that says stuff like, everybody hates you. You should tell the teacher about that. Jack looks at me like I'm an idiot and shakes his head. Anyway, you have all the neutrals, I say, pointing to the list. If you get them on your side, things will even up a bit. Yeah, well, that's really going to happen, he says sarcastically. Why not? He shoots me another look like I'm absolutely the stupidest guy he's ever talked to in the world. What? I say. He shakes his head like I'm hopeless. Let's just say, he says, I'm friends with someone who isn't exactly the most popular kid in this school. Then it hits me what's not coming out and saying, August, this is all about being friends with August, and he doesn't want to tell me because I'm the sister's boyfriend. Yeah, of course. Makes sense. We see the bus coming down Amesfort Avenue. Well, just hang in there, I tell him, holding back the paper. Middle school is about as bad as it gets, and then it gets better. Everything will work out. He shrugs and shoves the list into his pocket. We wave by, and he gets on the bus, and I watch it pull away. When I get to the subway station 2 blocks away, I see the same 3 kids hanging out in front of the bagel place next door. They're laughing and yucking each other like they're some kind of gangbangers, little rich boys in expensive skinny jeans acting tough. I don't know what possesses me, but I take my glasses off, put them in my pocket, and tuck my fiddle case under my arm so the pointy side is facing up. I walk over to them, my face scrunched up, mean looking. They look at me, laughs dying on their lips when they see me, ice cream cones at odd angles. You'll listen up. Don't mess with Jack, I say really slowly, gritting my teeth. My voice all Clint Eastwood tough guy. Mess with him again and you'll be very, very sorry. And then I tap my fiddle case for effect. Got it? They nod in unison, ice cream dripping onto their hands. Good, I nod mysteriously, then sprint down the subway, 2 steps at a time. He's a gold.